Hello, I'm Ash Mukherjee. I'm an Indian classical dancer. I also choreograph and teach using music from the Indian film industry. I was born in Calcutta, now Kolkata. Calcutta is generally regarded as the cultural capital of India. I was passionate about rhythm. My dad played the tabla. My mom was a Hindustani classical singer. I would see Hemaji or Shambhu Maharaj and all these amazing people, or Kishan Maharaj dancing on screen, and that was what was really inspiring, because these were great classical dancers who were dancing in film. I went to Uday Shankar Cultural Center, and Uday Shankar's wife, Amala Shankar, took me under her wing briefly, and I remember she really encouraged my love of improvisation, and we would learn their repertoire as well. I learned Bharata Natyam from her. It was a great place to be because we were learning the root of all Southeast Asian dance forms. The great thing about India is that there's this osmosis, it kind of seeps in every other culture and takes it and distills it and then gives it back, Indianized. My first job as a dancer was actually in the company, because it was Kalamandalam School and Company. So I became a soloist in the company, and then I became a principal dancer when I was about 13, so I was quite young. I went to London Studio Centre, and I was very lucky to have some incredible teachers there, like Brenda Last and David Ashmole and Dolly Henry, teaching me ballet and jazz. Then after I graduated, I went back to India, and I set up the Indian Ballet Academy. We literally taught kids from every kind of background, whether they were children of the streets or they came from very affluent homes. The soundtrack of their lives was Bollywood music, and they realized that, yeah, they can do ballet. They can use ballet vocabulary to Bollywood music. So there was this really interesting mix that was going on there. I came here, I was working with a company, an Indian classical dance company, and we contributed towards making this piece, which won the Place Prize. So that was quite interesting because that took us everywhere, to the States and to Europe. And so I got to teach a lot over there. I was teaching Indian classical dance mainly. But then back in London again, I started teaching Bollywood dancing. I taught Indian classical dance, and in the class itself, there were some people going, oh, there's this great piece of music that I really want to dance to. And that could have been, and sometimes it was a great piece of jazz music or a great piece of classical music, and some of the times it was Bollywood music. And it was just as legitimate. And so we started choreographing to it. Once these students get into Indian dance or Bollywood dance, they realize that it's not that exotic after all. It's a very universal language, because we all have bodies, we all use our hands and eyes when we talk. In Bollywood dance or Indian classical dance, it's just heightened, that's all. We're teaching them the words or the steps, and it's up to them how they want to say it. And I have absolutely no right to stifle their creativity. And that's kind of one of my sort of main principles about teaching dance. So yeah, that's one of the ways to use classical dance is it brings focus, it brings all those, heightened sense of musicality, heightened sense of projection.